Tshwane Mayor Cilliers Brink is set to outline his administration's main priorities later today. The DA councillor will deliver his second State of the City address. The theme is building a city that works for all its people. The Metro's dire financial state and plans to improve service delivery are top of the agenda. Last year there was an adverse audit opinion from the Auditor-General which painted a grim picture of the city's financial management with irregular expenditure of 10.4 billion rand. The city has also come under fire from the National Treasury for its underperformance and non-compliance with the conditional grants. Newzroom Afrika's Nqobile Madlala is there and joins us from the capital, Pretoria. Nqobile, good morning. I've just outlined, a litany, an inventory of problems and uphill that the city is facing. The mayor certainly needs to send a lot of confidence into the community with tangible action plans that they are going to embark on. Tell us what's expected.
Well, yes, and in fact, Emmanuel will remember that last year there was a lot of criticism in his statements when they said that they wanted him to give tangible plans. So those are the tangible plans that people want to hear. But we do know that City of Tshwane has had quite a number of issues. You will remember that Rooiwal is one of the major issues where a lot of communities have suffered because of water issues in Hammanskraal. That's widespread. You've seen a lot of social media pictures as well, people showing that brown water that was coming out of those taps. And also you remember the cholera outbreak, which was one of the major issues that happened, and there were questions around the water quality. So there's definitely a lot that Mayor has to actually touch on and look at quite in depth. But I want to bring in now the MMC of Utilities to speak to us about these issues because, you're in the front and center of the service delivery. So let's start with Rooiwal. I understand that the city already has plans with the minister to try and upgrade Rooiwal, which we understand is going to be very expensive to do. But how far have you gone so far?
Okay, thank you, Nqobile. Good morning to your viewers also. You'll appreciate that up until thus far, the project stopped at 68%. So now we're continuing from 68% to 100% on the phase one. That is long term. The second phase is currently going through adjudication, second phase, so that whoever the tenderer or supplier of service can be able to continue with that, which we are doing together with the Water and Sanitation Department, the DBSA as our implementing agent, and the City of Tshwane. That is on the Rooiwal. The second part is that for short term, we have devised, together with all the stakeholders, a package plant that will be installed at the Mahalis water treatment plant. As I speak to you now, a week ago, we were on sword turning to make sure that our residents also are invited and see the progression of where the provision of water will be coming from. So a pipeline will be going through to the Hammanskraal, Babelehi, and eventually to our residents. For the first time, people of Hammanskraal will have potable water by September. The first drop will be on the end of September, which will be the 12.5 megaliters, then continually up until we are on 50 megaliters per day to provide. Whilst we are also doing that as a city, we're not standing still. We're also pushing an audit onto the metering so that our people can be billed properly, have reliable meters, and obviously just to have so that they can have comfort knowing that there is something that is happening, and the progression together with all these parties in making sure that we deliver potable water once after 20 years.
Of course, there was tender issues where there was non-deliverance in terms of the work that was supposed to be done. Is that still being followed by SIU? Are you keeping an eye on that?
Yes, remember that is after the president has obviously allowed that to go through. It is still with the SIU, and then obviously await that result. So far as the city is concerned, is that we cannot then wait on the result. We are going ahead. After the Cilliers Brink, the executive mayor, approached the minister last year about having this partnership and making sure that we go through these political dynamics. We make sure that let's partner on this and make sure that the people of Hammanskraal have potable water after a long time.
Right. And also another thing was that there was illegal connection. So as you were trying to get that money from the people that were not paying rates, right? I understand that there were also places where they would include illegal connections. You were struggling quite a lot with that. Just how far have you gone in terms of making sure that some of the communities that have paid for the service that are not affected by those?
That is why we are now, as the city, in parallel with this project, are pushing the audit of all the meters in that area to make sure that as soon as the first drops comes through, we are making sure that, one, they are being billed correctly. Two is that we appreciate that there's movement, whether this meter belongs to Nqobile or it belongs to whoever, so that people can be accountable for their rates. We are making sure that we're closing all the loops so that when we're starting to provide potable water to that area, people are satisfied with the quality of water that they're getting, and then again the quality of service so far as billing and invoicing in the city, which is a holistic value chain from our side.
And in terms of lights, on the illegal connections of lights, how are you dealing with that?
Okay, Nqobile, you'd appreciate that the issue of illegal connection, it's countrywide. With the land grabbing that is going on, it starts by one shack, two shacks, and then afterwards a whole township is established. That's one. The second part is that obviously, as the human rights lawyers would be pouncing on us if we want to remove them so that we can provide them with alternative accommodation, which in the city we don't have capacity. And I doubt that there's any other city that's got capacity to house each and every person who's land grabbing. That's one. The second part is that they would need provision of water so far as supplementary services are concerned. Remember now, that is another amount of money that still needs to be sent through to those contractors who are providing that service. The third part is the tampering and vandalism of our infrastructure. I mean, by mere fact that you don't have electricity, one day you would want to have electricity, you would want to have sewer, you would want to have bulk water. How are you going to get that? It is through these illegal connections. It is high time our people start taking responsibility. That land grabbing is one of the biggest problems that we are having in this. It is something that we need to also look at on the basis of the legalities and the justice system, so that it can talk to us and synergize with our bylaws. It is a problem where sporadic land grabbing that is happening across the city. To a great extent, people are tapping to reservoirs with the potential of getting harmed, getting to die. It's quite a possibility. We've had another incident in Mamelodi where people were staying in a servitude, in a rainwater servitude, and then the pipe burst. It was catastrophic. So we need to then also educate our people that not every land that people are occupying is land meant for residential purposes.
And lastly, energy plan. There has been an energy plan, and we'll discuss it further. But just give me briefly, please, energy plan, where is it standing?
We've got two reservoir power stations, the Pretoria West and the Rooiwal power stations that we have taken out for the expression of interest. We got those interests back. Now there's adjudication on the expression of the proposals, so that people can, whoever that is coming out with the best proposal, that can be able to assist us and be able to generate 1,000 megawatts, so that our over-reliance of Eskom is cut by below 50%. It is quite a way that can be able to assist us in making sure that when there is load shedding, at least we know that 50% of the time we can be able to push our people a little bit further. Because load shedding is harming business in the totality of things. It is harming quite a number of things, even our own infrastructure that gets damaged due to load shedding.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. Well, that is, of course, the MMC of Utility, and we understand at this point he has to rush just inside. There's quite a lot that they need to go through. But Iman, basically what they're telling us at this very point is that there has been various plans that have been put by the municipality. You'll remember one of those plans has been an energy plan, which basically meant that they were going to create over 1,000 megawatts of power, which was going to be created by City of Tshwane to ensure that they don't have so much of reliability into Eskom. So these are some of the things that were put during that speech. There's also another issue of Rooiwal, which we understand that needed to be upgraded. There's sections that needed to be worked on, and it had affected communities like Hammanskraal for quite a long time. We're hearing from the MMC of Utility at this point that the meeting with the national government has also yielded some fruits rates really, as they are now saying that there's going to be water that's going to be coming from Magaliesberg to make sure that the people in Hammanskraal have clean potable water whilst they continue. We understand that that is now at 68%, and this is where they are still focusing on. So we are expecting, of course, Brink to touch on all these things, as well as ensuring that people are paying their rates. You will remember that the municipality was quite concerned about that, hence why they had a campaign where they were going through every single business that was not paying and cutting them off on the matter of the fact that they have not paid their rates, and that was recouping money into their coffers really from those people that have not paid. So we are expecting to see more on those speeches, to hear more in terms of what is the plan going forward and what has been the success as well.
Thank you very much, Nqobile Madlala, for that update. And that State of the Province address will be, State of the City address will be given, and we'll share with you all of the highlights. Let's